Hey guys, Captain Muffin here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sky Simulation's MD-11. So this MD-11 released about a month ago, so I'm a bit late to it, but I just recently heard about it. Reviews were pretty mixed. They said it's not really worth it. So we're going to be checking that out today, seeing if that's really true. Should you get this aircraft? Do I recommend it? And all of that stuff. So how this is going to work is we'll go through the exterior model, interior model, flight model, sounds, basically everything. And, I'll talk about it, whether it's good or not. And in the end, I'll give my final verdict on whether you should get this plane or not get this plane. So let's go ahead and get right into it with the texturing. So, exterior model, it's from far away, you would think it looks nice. But from what I've heard, there's a lot of really small modeling details that are not done very well. So let's hop into drone camera mode. Let's go check out some of those areas. And the new update has released, so some of these issues may have been fixed. So let's go check that out. We'll go in the drone camera. Let's see. If we go down to the landing gear. Landing gear textures, they're not bad actually. They seem to have improved. So these textures look good. If we go up here though, these definitely don't look too good in here. Engine textures, see that's definitely not the best looking. You're probably only going to notice them if you go up close, but it's not really what you'd expect from this kind of aircraft of this kind of quality. So yeah, I don't know what this line is. Seems to, maybe it's a problem, maybe it's part of the aircraft. I'm not sure. But yeah, the exterior model, it's okay. It's probably like a 5 out of 10. There's some small areas where it's done really terribly, but overall, outside, like just viewing it from like this angle, it's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and check out the cockpit here. So as far as the cockpit goes, what is this warning? This is really annoying. Okay, so let me turn this off. What's this? Alright, well, we've got that situation fixed. So let's go ahead and look at the cockpit in general, and let's start off with the textures here. So, this is terrible. This just looks awful. I feel like majority of this plane is just like really old, like P3D quality. Because if you're just in the cockpit, it looks like you're in a plane from like that was developed in like 2004. I mean, this whole thing, it's like 480p textures. Now the rest of the cockpit, actually, surprisingly, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. It's not the best, especially down here. That's not the best. But if we look at this whole cockpit, at least these parts of the screens are pretty nice. Same with the overhead panel, that also looks pretty nice. Overall, the texturing is not too bad. So for cockpit texturing, I'll probably give it like a 6 out of 10, I guess. So next part, realism and aircraft systems. So as you can see, these screens are not ported over from any Microsoft Flight Sim aircraft. They probably are ported over from some P3D aircraft, but that's how a lot of planes are, to be completely honest. But they're custom. They're gonna function well in the Flight Sim. We also have an MCDU, or FMS, I guess. I'm not sure how good it functions, but the fact that there is a custom one is pretty nice. most buttons here just seem to work. Here's the MCP, also custom right there. And then the overhead panel actually looks pretty nice. If we go around, most of the buttons seem to work. So it's not crazy realistic, like the circuit breakers don't work, and there's some stuff that doesn't work, so it's not max realism, but it's pretty decent for what they're asking. So realism in aircraft systems, it's not bad. I don't know too much about the MD aircrafts, MD-11s. I don't really know too much about them to determine how in-depth the aircraft systems are, so if someone knows more about the MD-11, please let me know in the comments. But it seems to be okay. I'll give it, from what I've seen, the functionality and realism, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. So, with this aircraft, unfortunately a cabin is not modeled, so if you just go through here, you can go through this area, but then once you get through that, there's no actual cabin. So it's a little disappointing, I won't lie. So the next thing we're gonna do is take a listen to the sounds on this takeoff roll. So I'll go ahead and mute myself, and we're gonna listen to this aircraft sounds. Alrighty guys, I am back. So, from what I've seen, and this is my opinion, this aircraft sounds horrendous. It sounds, especially in the cockpit, it sounds like you're flying an electric plane, which, I don't know, it's so bad. I don't know what kind of, like, it's terrible. I'm sure it doesn't sound like an actual MD-11 at all, and that takeoff was just like the worst takeoff I've ever done. This plane flies like a muffin. Like the reason I didn't use flaps was because my actual throttle lever, like my flaps lever, it doesn't even work with this aircraft, so that's great. But yeah, I couldn't use flaps, and the aircraft didn't seem to want to go in a straight direction, which is very weird. The flight model just seems really terrible. It's so jittery. Like, just look at this. I'm sure this is not how an MD-11 flies, and I think you can actually fly inverted. So let's give that a go. They might have fixed this in the latest update, but we're gonna try it out anyways. I have a feeling it's not gonna work. But yeah, flight model, terrible. Sounds terrible. It's tough. It looked like it might be promising from all of the systems and all screens and the custom cockpit and everything, but it fell unbelievably short from this very short flying session. So, in conclusion, with this aircraft, it's not bad. It's definitely not worth it. Do I recommend you get this aircraft? No, I do not. So let me know your opinions down in the comments. If you do have this aircraft, what do you think of it? Because I am not a fan. I dislike the sounds. So pros and cons. Pros were, I guess, the custom cockpit and the textures. I guess some of them were decent, and then the cons were flight model, some of the other textures, sound, and just a lot of stuff. Not the best aircraft for sure. I don't recommend you get it. That is my final verdict on this Sky Simulations MD-11. Don't get it. So, one last thing. I also heard there was an EFB, so maybe that might change my mind, but I can't seem to, oh, I guess you have to click this, I guess. So, we have an EFB, which I guess, oh, here, we're at 400 knots. How did this happen? Why is it just, dull, what is this? This flight model is terrible. It's like from P3D. Let me try to do the inverted thing. No way this actually works. Oh my gosh, it's working. Look at this. Look at this. This aircraft is such a joke. I'm not even gonna lie. There's no way an MD-11 can do this in real life. Yeah, just don't get this aircraft, please. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna try it, the EFB, and it looks like it's from 1998. What functions is it? Can I even click? It has like a 3-second delay in the response time. So, door controls, it looks like I could probably make this with like some really basic HTML code. Very low effort EFB. It should not even be included. I'd rather just, it's so ugly. It's straight from 2004, I promise you. Alrighty guys, so thank you guys for watching. If you want more aircraft reviews just like this one, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.